So before I get into my video post proper, and by the way, this will be the third installment of my lucid dreaming ramblings, I thought I would share with you my lighting setup, because it's a goofy rig, and you might get a kick out of it. First, the best thing I did was fashion this little paper cone over the harsh white bulb of my lamp. That should help soften things a bit. But then I don't have very much light, and it's very yellow. So, I'm having it, oh God, reflect off of a white platter. At least I hope that's working. Lastly, I have white paper, and I'm hoping to hold that to the side of my face once I get this camera set up in a position where I don't have to hold it continuously. That's my setup. Yeah, all of that rambling about my lighting setup, and now I've decided to wrap the camera around the actual lamppost. So we'll see how this works. Alright. When I was 23 or 24, I finally moved out of my parents' house. Yes, I'm a very late bloomer, always have been. When I was 24, I moved from, I was staying with a coworker before that, paying rent, but I only stayed there in her home for about 2 months. And then I moved into an apartment with my first and last female roommate, Angie. Living with those 2 different women totally put me off ever living with women again, which is why for the next 5 or 6 years, in spite of tremendous financial hardship, I was determined to live by myself, which is what I did. Well, I tell you that backstory because the dream I'm about to relay happened when I was 25. So I had been living in my own apartment on my own for a while. The dream began like this. I was standing in the kitchen of the apartment that I shared with Angie when the doorbell rang. So I went to the door and leaned forward and looked through the peephole and thought, oh, the super. And outside, or through the peephole, was a man in all his Schneider from One Day at a Time super glory. And when I say Schneider from One Day at a Time, I don't know if anybody is old enough looking at this to even remember or know who that is. And the super in this dream was not nearly as attractive, as you can imagine, as Schneider even. But he had the whole white t-shirt, vest, and tool belt thing going on, no doubt. So in the dream I thought, oh God, this super. And my very next thought was, wait a minute, we don't have a super. Which was then followed with the thought or realization, and I don't even live in this apartment anymore. So this must be a dream. I don't live here. We never had a super here. I must be dreaming. So I got that powerful rush of feeling, okay, I'm aware in my dream. But instead of looking for the nearest window or bolting out the door and trying to find the exit so that I could go fly somewhere, I thought, why don't I try to change the person on the other side of this door? And I conjured an image of the boy that I lost 2 or 3 years before that. And when I leaned forward to look through the peephole, he was there in all of his black-haired, green-eyed, 17-year-old Greek god glory. And yes, he was a little younger than me. Big surprise. So I immediately ripped open the door and we raced into each other's arms, and embraced and kissed and began to make out passionately. Now, remember me telling you how important it is, for me at least, to stay calm during those moments of taking control of the dream? Well, when you couple the excitement of being lucid with the excitement of finally embracing the object of all of your desire and lovesick longing, it is a miracle that I managed to maintain control for the few moments that I did. And that is why that is one of the most powerful dreams for me. because it was a level of excitement I hadn't felt before. And no, it wasn't a dream where I solved any major problems or had any important visions or faced any fears, but it was powerful and intimate and wonderful just the same. Yeah. Well, I should follow all that by telling you that no, I have not had any luck trying to induce lucid dreams in the past 5 or 6 nights, or however long it's been since I made that first post. And I've been trying. In fact, I'm about ready to crack open the Benadryl because Magnolus made a video response, and when I went to his page to read his comments to that response, someone suggested, or actually, I don't know if they suggested, but they mentioned that sometimes they could take Benadryl and then settle down for a short sleep period, like a nap, and then have vivid lucid dreams. So, yeah, I gotta dig out my Benadryl, I think. Oh, and speaking of video responses, thank you to all of you who have, to the 3 of you at least, who made video responses, and the rest of you who have commented. I really appreciate it. I really would like to get a lucid dream discussion going and a community going, in a sense. But it seems a little strange for me to want that when I'm not able to reproduce the art of lucid dreaming myself. I'm working on it. Let me know if you're working on it and if you have any success, and we'll share. All right.